Let's make a frog. His name is Frogus, he's a friend, and he's got a gun. So I made Frogus here when I needed a little break from some projects that are going on for a long time. Started off with a cube, which is not traditionally a frog shape, but we'll make it work. I actually used this 2-sphere, which I don't use very often in Blender, but it gets us a bit more of a spherical shape and we don't have to do as much manual manipulation. I'm trying to keep things pretty simple here, so cube legs, cube arms, it'll all look right in the end. We just have to get the shapes. It's really just down to the shapes and then the color, which is the texture. If the texture is good enough, you can kind of get away with really basic shapes. The hat is very important, and you'll see later on that I do adjust it to match the reference image a bit more. The little eye stalks. Keeping the feet very simple as well. And the basic shape is in place, and now with a little bit of an adjustment, some rotation, things start to look much better. And we can start thinking about how we're going to unwrap this. There's basically a big mouth, and that's the only thing we really care about as far as details go. So a lot of what we're seeing is just going to be flat color. Just the hat, just a little bit, and it adds so much, as does rounding off the top of the arm and adding the hands. The hands are super simple as well. So I'm creating a texture which is 256 by 256, my favorite size for this kind of project usually. And I'm going to use the colored grid, which will give us a colored grid to work off of, so we can kind of scale things, get everything into place. And now we can see with this unwrap, we have some work to do. So I did a cube projection, which basically just blows everything apart as if it was everything on the sides of a cube. Packed everything in, and now I'm going to manually adjust things because I can tell where the scale really needs to be and where we need more detail than some spots. So start to change some of these things. We're definitely not going to need this much detail on the hat, so we'll scale it down. We're not going to need as much detail in some of these areas. They'll just be color. So top of the hat, you're not going to really notice a lot there, but we still want to have the option to add some detail. and we want extra space on our map as well if we decide to make changes later on. So it's good to spend some time working on putting a little extra time towards the mapping is a good idea. Don't stress about it though, you can change everything later. Nothing is unfixable. It's all just a bunch of data on a computer. I mean, if it was a painting, you could just paint over what you're working on. All right, so painting time. First, just gonna lay down solid flat color. Add a shadow there, which I will change later on a little bit. With the lighting and the shadows, the front is lit and the top is lit. So there's light coming down and light from the front. And I'm kind of loose about the light as well, so just kind of a guideline really. As long as it looks good, that's what matters. So we're adding some brighter colors here in the front and on the top of the hat. Now the line here for the pants, I think there could have been a bit of a better option for this, but I think he turned out all right. Still making adjustments here and there. Here we have a shadow for the hat. Now, of course, if the hat was removable, then we might have an issue here. Now, everything is mirrored, and that's perfectly fine because frogs are pretty symmetrical. Classically, they have two of most things. Adding some more detail here. Now, Frogus here, he comes from a comic I made a couple years ago. I'm still working on a few different stories with him. It just takes me a long time to get around to these things. Still working on a lot of projects that I've started a long time ago right now. And you know what? That's all right. They'll get done eventually. Just gotta keep working on things. Okay, so the bones. Do one side first. Get everything into the spot you want. Name everything with a .L or a .R if you're starting on the right side. And then we symmetrize. Use the symmetry option. It'll rename everything for us. And boom. Now, we're going to apply armature deform to everything. And it'll get parented to, the meshes will get parented to the bones. And now we can start assigning what bones manipulate what parts of the mesh. And so I just add the name of the bone to the vertex group after selecting the object. And then assign in edit mode everything that's going to be part of that. And now we need to add both names of the left and right bones when we have them. But since we have the mirror modifier, we only have to do the assignment once. And then everything will work automatically, auto-magically. So here we go. Here's the hand, .L, hand.R, and arm is working, hand is working, and the arm is working. And so I spent some time just kind of messing with the mesh to make sure everything is working. Gotta break things to fix them. Doesn't seem like I've missed anything with the weight painting, so everything looks good. I made a couple animations for Frogus here, and I've got some footage of him running around.